What's up, y'all? I didn't plan a spot for you guys. Let me grab something. But it's ironic, I'm in this location again, and it's really been a theme of this trip is each time I come back to these locations at a different, just at a different time. Same location, different time, different consciousness, different awareness while I'm back at it. And so this morning I woke up. I'm at Picacho Peak. I don't know, the park's across the freeway the other way, but there's a power pump plant over here. And there's like a stream of water that, like there's a fence right there for it. But anywho, when I was here last year, I climbed, I don't even remember how far I climbed. I think just to like there. Maybe even the top. I don't know. And just a couple days ago, I was it was the first time I really rock scrambled. Where I was scrambling up the side of a mountain and, you have no signal. I was nobody knows where I am. One slip and a fall and you can go splat, And that was also probably the first time I was doing that, also while not high as balls. It's easy to get through the fear when you're high as balls, but it was cool to just feel that I don't know, that feeling of my life is in my hands right now. And you need to be able to trust that you'll make it to the top and that you'll make it back to the bottom. Because sometimes fucking hiking back to the bottom is even scarier. Sometimes that is truly the come down. But I don't know. So I woke up this morning here and I was I could tell I wasn't present. I was I'm not all over the place. So I was okay, I'm anxious to get here and here and here and make this happen for tomorrow and, anything but present. And I was able to go, all right, David, chill out. We're going to make your lemon water. You're going to lay out the yoga mat and you're just going to be here and now. And you're going to let your brain run whatever it wants to run, whatever calculations it wants to have, whatever, thoughts it has about other people, places, and things, You're going to get on the yoga mat. You're just going to let that thing run. You're going to let your body just relax a little bit. And then you'll want to make breakfast. And I just made a great breakfast. And listening to my homie Herb Man. And, it all ended perfectly. And I was okay, that is a sign that I'm back in alignment. And as soon as that was over, I was just doing the dishes and I was just, I feel like I had something was my mind was going on and on about fear and stuff. And I was okay, David, you got to turn the camera on. And here we are. That's the background story. And yeah, last year, the second half of the trip really, well, no, I shouldn't say that. There was several, it really dissipated at least my fear of death. And I think that's the underlying fear that all humans have. It all is tied to a fear of death, whatever it is. And yeah, there's a couple circumstances, where it's the same thing, my life was in my hands and I needed to trust my body and ultimately just have a bigger trust in something more than ourselves. And since then, I've been able to learn, I woke up, I just wrote, I should grab my journal. I'll grab my journal real quick and I'll tell you what I just wrote in it. but viewing fear as a doorway, as in like the most growth is on the other side of this conversation, other side of this relationship, other side of this outcome. That, like, it's just, the more I'm understanding it as humans, it's like fear is the energy that, we can transmute it into excitement. We can say, oh, okay, this is source energy, God, whatever you want to call it. It's this anxiety, this energy building in us is excitement, because how much growth is on the other side, and it's not until we're ready to take that step to face that thing, ready, and until then, yeah, in our bodies, it's going to be a shitty fucking feeling. But if we can recognize that feeling is it's life steering you. It's steering you to go, oh man, you'll freaking, you're going to be stronger on the other side of this. There's going to be growth somewhere on the other side of this. This is a path that, and the scarier it is, the more you can unlock. And like I said, it's all tied together. It's why this is all coming to me right when I'm, camp. The one day I'm coming back to camp underneath this little thing I was climbing last year. And yeah, let me grab my journal real quick. Look at this. The fear of playing a guitar.
What if it doesn't sound good? What if somebody else doesn't like it?
I like strumming this motherfucker with one hand because I don't know how to play with both. But journaling was scary for me, and here we are. Pages after pages of little thoughts. So I always date it 1:31 Picacho Peak, and I like to write where I woke up that morning. I was just like analyzing morning's resistances, what is taking me out of the present moment, not rushing into what's next, because I was like, oh, I should start my day. I got to drive here, then go here, and I want to eat here, and, fuck all that shit. You'll feel the right pull when you're in a relaxed state. You will grow that intuition. And so much of today's foods and entertainment and doom scrolling and TVs and everything is built to keep us stimulated. Because we like the stimulation, playing the music, listening to music, stimulation. But once you're in those calmer, relaxed states, then you can find the intuition. It was only once I got off the blanket this morning, I was like, okay, now I'm ready to eat and make a great meal, because I wasn't rushing through it. I wasn't, I set everything out, and it was just, it's beautiful. So not rushing to what's next without processing, discharging, and finding the biggest fear. Not looking at clock time, trusting the universal location, the location I'm in, and when I'm in the location. Time is a location. Trusting the universal location. The fear is the body's excitement for what's next, energy that wants you to grow. So I don't know. I felt called to just start recording because I'm assuming that's gonna hit somebody. It's gonna hit somebody somewhere. It's actually the first thing I did this morning was pick up the guitar. That was my coping mechanism, my escape plan from the present moment. I was like, all right, I don't feel like humming right now. I don't feel like moving around. I was like, I'm just gonna play guitar. It's gonna put me in a state where my mind is gonna, shake all of its water off a duck's back. Just get all the bullshit out of there. And I was just gonna create my own vibration. And I noticed the more I play, like when I first, sometimes when I first pick it up, I'm like so stiff and so still. But if you can just get through that part and get to your 10th minute, then I notice like the better I play is because then I'm moving around and like I'm fully into it. I'm fully sourced in. I'm tapped in to whatever noise what I feel like is gonna, whatever noise wants to come out of me. Like I said, it's one of the many ways we can discharge. And I'm really glad I brought this on this leg of the journey. That's for sure. I was debating because it was gonna get caught up in everything, but it's here, baby. It's here, baby. And otherwise, yeah, just hum. Find your own vibration. You are a musical instrument. These instruments are just tools that, we use to bring our own voice out of us. Oh, yeah, baby. Now I'm ready for a fucking coffee and ready to get the day going and grab it by the fucking horns. All right. Love y'all.